The next speaker before lunch is Jeff Kopenitz. And Jeff is heavily involved in the Delaware Valley area. He's Director, Advanced Manufacturing Engineering with the Delaware Valley Industrial Resource Center. He's been doing that for 18 years, and he's been doing Kata for a lot of times and in his personal lives. So if you saw him in a hospital gown last year, he's back this year, and he told us about that last year. He's very active in AME, Mid-Atlantic region in the Philadelphia area. And I want to welcome Jeff Kopenitz. He's going to talk about Kata across MEP.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'd like to ask you a quick question. How many of you have learned something this morning? That's great. That's awesome, including myself. Steve, I think you read my notes, because I was going to ask the audience. I was going to give you all a quick quiz, and the quiz was in Kata language. What do we call something that is preventing you from a target condition? An obstacle. And I know what your target condition is, your next target condition is, and that's lunch. So what am I called? An obstacle. So I'm going to kind of get you through here, folks. What I'm here to discuss is what is happening here at the MEP. And how many of you are familiar with MEP, the Manufacturing Extended Partnership? Okay, a good many. We have a lot of MEPers in the room. And who we are is that our mission at MEP is to strengthen and empower U.S. manufacturers. We're a unique publicly owned and private partnership that delivers comprehensive services to U.S. manufacturers, fueling growth and advances U.S. manufacturing. You can see some of the results that we have gained just in last year, and these came from the national surveys that were, I'm going to say, acquired the data from each center. Each state in the union, as well as Puerto Rico, has an office. And we at the MEP, we're trying to roll out a Kata that can be transferred across the country. So we put together a team, and this team has been working together for some time now. Teams include Brian from our headquarters down in Gaithersburg, Brian Logus. We have the PA MEP, which includes myself, some folks from Pittsburgh, which includes Eric McDonald, who is here today, Todd Tumney, and myself. Also, we have Bill Kraus from Arkansas, and we have Hank from Conrad from TMAC, Texas. They have a booth out here, as well as Hank and Amanda from Alabama. So that is the team. And our purpose and the objectives of the Kata in the Box, our challenge was to develop a standard methodology to deploy the improvement in coaching Kata across the MEP national network by leveraging the combined efforts of multiple MEPs. We found that we were all doing something with Kata, but there really wasn't a standard method. We were following the improvement Kata steps, but as a network, let's put all of these resources together and come up with a methodology that we can take to other centers. We want to transition the training to other MEPs that may be interested, so that we can support the adoption of Kata thinking among small and medium-sized manufacturers across the U.S. to maximize their impact in the services that we do provide. Some of our clients, folks, are 5-person shops all the way up to much larger organizations. So we are all over from a size and the number of different industries that we do get into. This is where it started. This is where it started. Back in October, I have September there, 2017, but I don't know if Mike's in the room here, but Mike, there you are. Okay, I'm not sure if you remember this, But this was, there was a meeting with Bill was in attendance, I think Brian was there, and a few others. And they were talking about, hey, how can we roll this out across the country, across the network? And Mike kind of put some thoughts together, and Bill was kind enough to share the picture with me. Right. Yeah, everybody sat around that table. From what I understand, I wasn't present, but they were all talking about what this could look like. And the actual term "kata in a box" came from another MEP initiative that was happening, another service. So that's kind of where the original, I'm going to say, thoughts came from. And here it is today. Providing kind of say the actual materials needed for a center, and all of both the hard materials as well as the soft electronic presentations and needed I would say information to be able to do the training. We ran our first experiment last week in Tennessee. And we held an 8-hour public training on improvement in coaching kata. It was public. The Tennessee MEP attended, as well as the Missouri MEP, and I believe the Kentucky MEP was there. And then the second day, we went and we trained the Tennessee MEP, and then we headed over to a client, and for the next day and a half, we implemented. Here's just some scenes from the actual training in the class, as well as on site at the client. What did we learn and what were the results? Well, clients commented on the emphasis of behavior in a process. Clients realized an increased level of transparency. They were also surprised how much they learned about their current condition, where they thought they were to where they really were. And overall, the kata team learned the importance of pre-work. Overall satisfaction, 4.72 out of a possible 5. And would they recommend the class? A 9.6 out of a possible 10. Our next deployment is in Missouri in March. So that's who we are. That's what's going on from an MEP perspective. Thank you.